Frontier Airlines will implement new temperature screening procedures for all passengers and crew members starting in June. Anyone with a temperature above 100.4 degrees will not be allowed to board. Frontier is the first airline to announce such a measure. It comes as states begin to ease coronavirus restrictions and airlines take steps to ensure traveler safety. Joining me now is the CEO of Frontier Airlines, Barry Biffle. First of all, Barry, thank you for joining us. Tell us more. Why did you and your company choose to take action on your own instead of calling on the TSA to implement temperature checks for all airlines?
Well, first, thanks for having us on. And I just want to point out that from the beginning, Frontier has taken bold steps using the data to keep our passengers and our employees safe. And we've done everything from fogging and disinfecting the aircraft to health acknowledgments of our passengers. We have the HEPA filtration system on board our aircraft. And we just started a month ago with our employees wearing masks. We now started today, first day of passengers wearing masks. And now we will introduce the temperature checks starting June 1st. And we, like many other airlines, we believe that we hope that the government will implement procedures that get people, quite honestly, when they leave the curb to walk into the airport. But the bottom line is that if failing that, we will check people once they get to the aircraft.
Are you taking any other measures like social distancing within the planes? And do you feel like it's possible to remain profitable and do that type of thing?
So, I mean, it depends upon how much social distancing you want, but we believe that, number one, yes, we allow social distancing. We're doing the best we can with that. We have blocked a range of seats on board the aircraft to help enable that. But the bottom line is we believe with the masks that our employees are using, passengers are using, plus our filtration system and all the steps we've taken, we believe that your odds of catching it are very, very low. And so we believe you are safe. You know, can the industry survive if we cut out half the seats? Absolutely not. Even a third. The margins just aren't great enough for airlines to do that. Not without increasing costs for consumers considerably.
And you had, in fact, faced some criticism for that. Your airline had offered guaranteeing passengers a seat next to an empty middle seat, but that came with an extra fee. And lawmakers on Capitol Hill claimed that Frontier was trying to capitalize on fear. So why did you decide to rescind the offer? Can you tell us a little bit more about your decision-making leading up to that?
Well, look, I think there's a lot of confusion. You know, Frontier, our average fare is last year was $50 compared to over $200 with some of the big airlines. So the bottom line is that I think when you put $39 that we were charging on top of 50, you're still less than 100, and that would have guaranteed the block middle seat. Look, so I think there's a lot of confusion. For that reason, we don't want to be perceived that we're profiteering off fear by any stretch. And so we've left the seats blocked, but we rescinded that increase. So you can still get a really low fare at flyfrontier.com. And still have the blocked middle seats.
So just to clarify and clear up any of that confusion, middle seats will be blocked. People will not have anybody next to them, and they will not have to pay any fee to ensure that happens. Is that right?
Well, not all middle seats, but we have approximately 20 seats that are on a kind of a checkerboard approach throughout the aircraft that are blocked. And no one is paying any incremental amounts for that. One thing you have to remember is that lots of times there's families, so you can't block all the middle seats or they may not be able to sit together. But yes, no one is being charged incremental for the seat being blocked.
I know other people are still going to be confused about this, and you did say yourself that this was confusing, so I just want to make sure that I'm giving you ample opportunity to clarify. If you're flying on Frontier and you don't want somebody sitting directly next to you, can you guarantee that without having to pay an extra fee?
We cannot guarantee it in every case, but we're not charging a fee for it. But we believe that by blocking 20 middle seats, we've enabled 40 passengers. If you're traveling by yourself and you want the seat next to you, you can go on flyfrontier.com and you pay nothing incremental for those seat assignments.
And I am sympathetic. I recognize that you are running a business, and as you said, Frontier is one of the airlines that provides more discounted flights as opposed to some of your competitors. And when you're looking at this over time and you're looking at people's desires to remain socially distant and with all these unknowns, are you looking at the possibility of having to raise your prices in order not just to stay competitive, but to stay in business?
Well, hopefully that I think when you look at what people are doing with the temperature checks, as well as the facial coverings and so forth, we believe that we've put in enough that you don't have to have the social distancing. Masks are recommended when you can't social distance, and so we believe that, along with the filtration and all the layering of the various things that we've done for your safety, we believe that you're safe on Frontier.
And the Associated Press says that air travel has dropped more than 90% from last year. In fact, we've seen those pictures of airplanes just sitting on the tarmac, passenger lists. Do you see the pandemic as having long-term impacts on air travel, or do you think that when the economy starts getting up and running again, people will be clamoring to get back out into those vacations that were canceled?
Well, we've obviously seen a big drop off in bookings, but we've seen bookings improve. And what we're seeing now is people do want to get on planes. The customer feedback is very positive. We're seeing a lot of bookings. The number one challenge and complaint we're hearing from consumers now is nothing's open at my destination that I'd like to go to. So the sooner we get attractions, hotels, and theme parks, for example, back open, the sooner people can get back to work and we can get the economy back moving. But until then, you're going to continue to see depressed levels.
I know that this time has been very difficult for your industry and for your company, and I put some hard questions to you as well. So I want to thank you so much for coming on, Barry Biffle. Thank you.
Thank you for having us on.